For millions, he wasn't just a singer. He was an idea, an eternal cultural icon, a revolution encapsulated in a man. He was the king. But the road to the throne was never paved with velvet. It was an intense journey of dazzling glory, silent sacrifices, and the inevitable tragedy of a modern-day Greek god. Everything began in a humble, almost unbelievable way. Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935, in Tupelo, Mississippi, in a ramshackle two-room house built by his father. He was born into a poor, working-class family, struggling to survive through the Great Depression. His twin brother, Garon, died at birth, leaving a void never filled. This silent loss haunted Elvis throughout his life. It instilled in him a deep sense of loneliness, a longing for the companion he never knew, even as he stood surrounded by tens of thousands of screaming fans. At 13, his family packed up everything they owned and moved to Memphis, Tennessee, in search of a better life. They lived in a public housing complex where poverty was the common denominator. But Memphis was destiny. It was a cultural melting pot, a crossroads of music, and Elvis, the shy, lost teenager, stood right at the intersection of those musical streams. By day, he was engulfed by the soothing tones of country music on the radio. By night, he would sneak into the black churches, standing outside to soak in the powerful gospel music, an earth-shaking sound that stirred his soul. He wandered down Beale Street, the legendary street, immersing himself in the raw, gritty rhythms of blues and R&B, music born from the pain and hope of the African-American community. Elvis wasn't trying to copy anyone. He didn't have that intention. He was unconsciously absorbing it all. He was a musical sponge, and those seemingly opposing currents coalesced inside him, birthing something entirely new and raw. After graduating high school, he worked as a truck driver. People saw a young man with slicked-back hair and unusual sideburns, but they didn't see the enormous dream burning inside him. In 1953, with a few dollars in his pocket, he walked into the modest doors of Sun Records. He lied to the secretary, Marion Kiesker, saying he wanted to record a disc as a gift for his mother. The truth was, he wanted to be heard. The boss, Sam Phillips, an unrelenting talent scout, heard something, not in the ballad he first recorded, but when Elvis, during a break, picked up the guitar and started singing "That's All Right Mama," an old blues song in his own way. It was an explosion in the studio. A white man singing with the soul, rhythm, freedom, and pain of a black artist. It was precisely the sound Sam Phillips had searched for all his life. A white man with the voice and feel of a black man. The song was played on the local radio station. The phone lines immediately jammed. Listeners called in frantically. They couldn't classify it. The biggest question, is he black or white? The revolution had started. But Elvis was more than just a sound. That was only half the story. He had the looks of a Greek god straight out of cinema, and most importantly, he had the moves. In a conservative 1950s America where emotions were repressed and television showcased only safe sights, Elvis stepped onto the stage, narrowed his eyes, and shook his hips. It was a cultural shock. The older generation called it vulgar, dangerous. Preachers denounced him from the pulpit, calling him a devil, corrupting the youth. Esteemed TV shows like The Ed Sullivan Show ordered his shots only from the waist up. But the youth? They had been waiting for this. They went wild. They found their voice. They found their justified rebellion. Elvis was a symbol of unrestrained emotional freedom. He was the permission they needed to be themselves. Colonel Tom Parker, a shrewd promoter, saw the potential for an endless money machine. He took Elvis from Sun Records and signed him to a blockbuster contract with the giant RCA. Heartbreak Hotel was born. It was unlike anything on the radio then, slow, dark, and haunting. It defied all rules, and it became the #1 hit nationwide, selling millions. A star was born. No, a global phenomenon was born. He dominated the charts with Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel. And instantly he was taken to Hollywood to dominate the silver screen. Just when he was at the unimaginable peak of fame, he received his draft notice in 1958. The world held its breath. Colonel Parker turned this into a PR masterstroke. Elvis refused all special treatment, serving as a regular soldier in Germany. He cut his famous swashbuckling locks. This won him the respect of America, viewed as a patriotic hero. Upon his return, he was a more mature and wealthier superstar. But music had changed. The Beatles were hot on his heels. Parker steered him into a safe path. He gradually got mired in formulaic, bland musical films of Hollywood. Movies like Blue Hawaii were box office successes, but diminished the primal, dangerous rock and roll flame that made him famous. He hated them. By 1968, Elvis felt lost, irrelevant. He hadn't performed live for nearly 8 years. He decided it was time to reclaim his crown, all or nothing. The '68 comeback special was a do-or-die gamble. He stepped out, clad in tight black leather, dripping with sweat. He sang with raw, fierce passion, as he did on his first day at Sun Records. It was one of television's greatest performances. He didn't just sing, he roared. The King was truly back, stronger and fiercer than ever. He reminded the world why he was the king. This ushered in the Las Vegas era. Elvis became the king of the grand stage, a symbol of sheer glamour. With sparkling jumpsuits and a full orchestra, he performed relentlessly, breaking every box office record. But behind the glory, loneliness and pressure mounted. His marriage collapsed. He became isolated in Graceland, a king in his own gilded cage. He struggled with health and prescription drug dependency, leading to his tragic death on August 16, 1977, at the age of 42. Yet his legacy is immortal. He changed music, fashion, and culture forever.